Hello and welcome to another episode of Quick Fixes for Long-Term Health. In today's episode, we are going to talk about why the small steps make so much difference and why they count so much. So why are we speaking about this today? So it's a common thing for me to talk about this to my clients. It's extremely natural for people to feel down. It's extremely natural for a client, myself, you, to feel a bit lost at times. And it's important to be aware of why these things happen and how we can utilize and literally flip a loss into a win. So that's just a very brief way of summarizing what we're going to speak about today. And because at the very moment in time, we are all in different difficult situations, whether if that's with relationships, financial difficulties with business, your health. This little piece what I wrote is going to help guide you to see the light at the end of the tunnel and for you to understand that it's actually alright to be where you are right now, but to also improve your mindset so that you can continue to make progress and also continue to see the bright side of things in life. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So bear with me a bit, I'm reading this off a document. So why do the small steps in life count so much? Every step counts, even if it's backwards, forwards, or even sideways. In the end, it's the experience that pays and helps us to continue to move forwards. Life is all about balance. You actually have to take the rough with the smooth, the good with the bad, the light with the dark, the sweet and the sour, the hard and the easy, and this is what makes us us. So without it, we would live an extremely boring life, but you see in the end, nothing really matters. So to be happy, sometimes you need to be sad because it allows us to appreciate the good times. So like a seesaw, what goes up must come down and what goes down must come back up. Balance is key. So don't for 1 second ever think about giving up, because if your life is going upside down, eventually it will turn itself around and you will eventually elevate once again. So it may not happen straight away, it may not happen next week, it may not happen next month or even in a year. But if you keep your head down, keep on focusing on putting one foot in front of another, eventually you will have made loads of small steps forwards into the right direction, especially where you want to end up. But don't be afraid to come off track or take any detours, as this is extremely natural in life. This is why the small steps in life count. So if you think about it, when we actually break down certain situations in our lives, after a long period of time after that bad thing happening, when you look in hindsight, it's actually a good thing that it's happened because it helps to strengthen you up, gives you experience, you kind of know what to expect next time, and then it also preps you mentally to be like, right, I don't want to feel like how I felt in that situation. What can I do different to avoid that? So this is why the small steps count so much. So let's say, for instance, you've been in a bad relationship. It was sucked. After that relationship ends, you're going to be like, I never want to be in something like that again. So you're going to look for something different. It's the same for if you lost all of your money, but then you start coming back into some money. This time, you're going to be like, okay, right, instead of that, me going into that situation again, I'm going to start saving so that I've got backup funds to help me get out of that situation quicker because I didn't like how I felt. It's the same for training and being healthy. It's like you can become healthy, but sometimes people get complacent and you're like, yeah, I'm healthy, I don't need to keep on training. And then your health decreases and then you're in a little rut and you're like, oh my God. And sometimes when you're in that rut for a long time, and it takes a long time for you to realize that you're in that rut. And then when you realize, you're like, oh my God, what have I done? But then you start to make that change. So this is why the small steps of you being aware of where you are and what you've been doing help, so that you can improve and continue to keep on iterating on what you're doing and who you are, and it only just makes you a better person. And if you're doing that for yourself, it has a knock-on effect to other people as well, because they see that and they're like, oh, look at this person. They might hate on you, they might be bad-minded and start talking some ish, but that's always going to happen. No matter what you do in life, someone's going to be sad. So you may as well do what you need to do for yourself anyway, because in the long run, that's what matters. As long as you're happy with what you're doing and what you're offering, or who you're teaching, or who you're helping, or what you're doing even for yourself, your dog, family, loved ones, That's all that matters. Just do it to the best of your ability. Don't hold yourself back. Remember, the small steps count. It's alright to have rough days. It's alright to have good days. It's alright to have this, that and the other. But learn, be aware. As soon as you become more aware, it'll help you out. And last of all, tell the truth. The truth will always set you free. Peace.